My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon, where we actually have a medium level mission going on. I know they said it couldn't be done. The reason that we're going to be going on that in particular is because we don't really have any short missions that we can take otherwise unless we want to go to the courtyard, and I don't. So instead we're going to be going to the Warrens, and that'll give us an opportunity to start leveling up Kulai, Emma II, Anzre, and Espik. In particular, it's very important that we level up Espik, being a character that we are desperately going to want for their stress healing potential. So yeah, it's a pretty standard party. All things considered. Hell of a lot of bleeding, fair bit of stun, obviously, you know, the mobile healing tank. It's gonna be good, gonna be a good time. We've also got Kaze, Alien Renders, and Carpi each in treatment. Oh, Ballard as well. Dibuzlin and Mothmother III and Harkonian and Parnell. Never mind, we've got most people in treatment apparently. Should be a good time. Should be a good time. All right. Don't need too much food in this area in particular. So what? That's one camp, then 3 hunger occurrences. Unless we pick up anything with medicinal herbs, we're actually quite likely to. I'll take 3 of those. Take 3 skeleton keys, 2 holy water. No bandages, don't need them. 3 shovels just in case. 2 sets of torches, and nada as to else. Food, shovels, keys, torches. Yep, interactables. Yep. Great, let's go. So obviously, the Warrens being full of beasts means high blight resist, low bleed resist, which is one of the reasons that the Flagellant and
to prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
Espik are particularly good here, not only for the bleed on Espik, but also for the plus 30% damage versus beasts on primary attacks. Okay, didn't get a scout there. Is there any natural way that we can get a full clear here? Yeah, we literally only go back through one hallway if we do that correctly, so we go down first. Obviously, we duck our head out in the direction we don't intend to go first, just to make sure that there's not an interactable immediately placed there that we want to go with. Yeah.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
It's possible I spawned that by trying to view that corridor and then ducking out of that corridor instantly. Okay. Sack is empty. What about the pack though? Give me the map. Oh, take that, I guess.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Alright, I'll pop my head out just far enough to see what this curio is. The only reason that I'm particularly interested there... Wow, 90% of rooms, and they're all kind of blank. Okay. The only reason I'm particularly interested is because if there was the barrel interactable, then I would actually go to it and get Espik the extra damage from it. But since there isn't a barrel interactable down there, it is the board full of knives and such. Kind of fine not with that. Woo! Nice big damage on that stun. Bleed? Nice. That's a dead swine spawn in the back line there. If I just go for the straight up damage on this Swine Marcher, yep, that's a dead Swine Marcher as well as a heal that Ansari required at that point. I mean, only 2 characters are even going to get to act at all in this combat for our enemies. That's really effective on our part, if I do say so myself. And I did, just then. You heard me, right? I am feeling good. Just had some really, really nice cream of chicken soup. Entirely irrelevant to your life, but
Destroy them all.
Made me feel warm and lovely and nice. It's a good time to be me. Alright, going for the Edvard Munch right there.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Crits on the character that don't need it. That's okay though. Go for the stress heal because that character is already dead. Nice. Actually managed to hit it.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Yeah, I'll gamble for the removal of a sinful, especially because Paranamania is really poor. Do you have anything increasing stress on you? You do not. Okay, so... Hey! We did actually banish the sinful behavior there. Beautiful. There's also obviously piles of scrolls in this area that can also allow you to get that same thing. That'll hopefully be relevant later on. I'm just taking these journal pages home now. Because really, what else am I going to put in those slots? Let's be frank about it. Actually, that'll get confusing. You can be Frank, I'll be Jeff.
A singular strike.
Great. Brr.
Be gone, fiend.
Great. So as long as I kill the twitching maggot in the back line with my Vestal in time, spasm of the entrails, doesn't really matter. If Ammon had to get a disease there, I'm appreciative that that's the one that they got. It's unfortunate though. Ooh, trying to go for that grave nibble, eh?
Slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Sorry, but I just can't sign off on that. I will go for the party heal here. Party stress heal, rather. Just because it is pretty damn likely that Kulai acts before that twitching maggot. Kulai? Kulai? Thank you.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
So Kulai does have the highest bleed resist if I remove the trinket that Kulai is currently holding in the Shard of Glass, but I don't think I want to do that. Actually still has the highest bleed resist regardless. Alright, Kulai. You go for the Rack of Blades there. Nothing doing apparently. I might just have someone interact with this. Like, worst case scenario, they get a negative. There's a couple of these characters that I want to lock in things on. Like Espic, I want to lock in Natural Swing. But, like, a couple of these characters have just things that I don't really care about. Like, I don't really care about Daredevil or Beast Hater or Precise Striker on a Vestal. So to get a replacement for those would be really, really handy. Desiccated and Unremarkable. Fair enough. Speak for yourself, bud, though. The positives of interacting with those occult scrollings are so minor, and the negatives are so large as to make it just a complete poor idea to even consider. Shame. So there's our plus 30% damage on Espic. Espic is the character in this party that does the most upfront direct damage. So, definitely something that goes on them. Nice. I can totally see this as a dog treats fight. Okay. Right. Got both of the Corpse Eaters down in the first round, not bad.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Wee bit of damage on the large Corpse Eater as well. Weaken Prey, at the very least it falls on Kulai. Does crit though. Only 14 stress across the party. Damn, that's very low. Our stun chance is really good, so Emin was kind of guaranteed that, to be real. Oh, nice hit, Anzare. A little bit of stress heal on two of the characters on the party, and then the large Corpse Eater is dead in another round. So I'm looking for an early action here from Espic. Specifically just because I want the stress heal. Okay. Only managed to hit one of our party members, but that's all right.
Their cursed champion falls. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
It's not distinctly unlikely that I entirely avoid resting over the course of this dungeon. Oh, that's I'm gonna track in the woods. I don't care about the money. It's not entirely unlikely that I entirely avoid resting over the course of this dungeon just so that I can keep the plus 30% damage on Espic. Good dodge. Okay, as soon as we just go south 2 spaces, we could literally just leave as well. Not that I will, just could. Okay. I'll use this as an opportunity to get that second dog treats off.
Masterfully
nice.
executed.
Yeah, yucked him. Okay, it looks like we can probably get both of the backliners down this round with a really good roll on this. Never mind. They've got 20%. So one's down. Another one of them only gets 1 action here. Not bad. It's going to be a very, very quick medium dungeon. Okay.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Going just for the damage there. We weren't going to stun anyway. Oh, good hit. Almost dead, that supplicant there. Obviously here, what I'm looking for is the next action to be Espic, and then do a Hound's Harry for the
Confidence
triple kill.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
Cool. Sure, it doesn't kill them itself, but it guarantees the kills. So, triple kill.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Old journal entry, okay. I'm going to drop an emerald for that. Eventually, there will be no more journal entries to loot, and possibly an achievement. I actually don't know if there is an achievement related to it, but if there is, yay! If there isn't, then I revert to my previous point.
Eradicated.
Just straight up remove that target from the field, why don't you? Stun chance here is like 40. Oh no, it was 50. Cool. Okay. Yuck at him.
Impressive.
Right. Because of that crit, the Corpse Eater is still not dead. Never mind. I thought it was. I was thinking of the higher level Flagellant Rain of Sorrows, unfortunately. The higher level is 5 damage, whereas the current is 4.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, definitely do that on Emmett, who can completely recover from all of that just by his lonesome. Thank you.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Okay. Definitely feels like shovels are no longer necessary, so drop that. There's like 1 more hallway interactable, so probably not medicinal. I mean, there's also only 1 more fight.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
I mean, it's not like we even need to rest in order to heal our party or stress heal our party or any sorts. We could literally just leave right now. I mean, we totally should. There's no reason to continue going.
The Swinefolk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
Weapon Tinker replaces Beast Hater, and Eldritch Hater gets picked up on Emin. None of that really matters.
Our family name, once so well regarded, is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
Awesome, awesome. All of those seems to be in order. Got Cheney, Petir, Nyon, Gruchet, Marshall, Dujardin, Brebeuf. No, not particularly interested in any of them, actually. Anything in the Nomad Wagon that's particularly interesting? Not at all. I used to be a big fan of the Berserk Charm, but a lot of that wore off when enemies got a lot of dodge in a recent patch, and also accuracy trinkets pretty much across the board were nerfed. which meant that the Berserk Charm giving you -5 accuracy became kind of an untenable negative to deal with. Or rather, with which to deal. Alright, I'm actually considering the possibility that we just take out the same party to... Oh, same area again? No, that mission's probably a bit too long. We could just go to the Cove. What will we change if we go to the Cove? I mean, Kulai is already equipped for the Cove. Emmon's already equipped for the Cove, especially being an Eldritch Shader. That's actually going to be quite useful here. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. The only thing is that Espic has the lower accuracy versus Eldritch, but also has the possibility to cure it when we go to the Cove. Or I could try to go to the Weald and fight a thing from the stars. All right, let's entertain that notion for a moment. How would I go about that? How would I go about that? Okay, so Deep Evolution. Let's have... I pretty much just want you to have accuracy and crit and speed. How do you get accuracy, crit, and speed? On a melee character, that's not really a thing. Like, if there was a melee version of the Ancestor's Pistol, obviously we'd be using that, but there isn't. Okay, so if we did run you as the frontliner, who do we run as the second liner? Probably Patricia, let's be real. Well, then maybe Mystara. We'd want Patricia just for the possibility of the thing from the stars fight. We could go like Law's front line, Patricia second line. And then it would just be pretty directly thereafter Carpi and Hayden plus. Demonomania is probably really, really difficult for the Weald, but it's not a long mission, so it's not too difficult. Yeah, and I've talked myself into it. Let's quickly make some substitutions in the parterre. Good. And then drop everyone's trinkets on them. You need the bleed chance, as well as... probably protection, actually. It's a shame that the 7-hand Obsidian Dagger just doesn't give any accuracy, because that means unless you have a Jester just constantly pumping out accuracy buffs for the whole team, you can't use them. It's really frustrating. It feels like these might be balanced around a different difficulty level where enemies have less dodge, which is to say not the highest difficulty level in the game, which is what I'm currently playing. Obviously, the game can get more difficult if you take on optional challenges like not taking as many lights or electing not to take any vessels, but that's not a thing in which I'm interested. Or rather, yeah, that's not a thing in which I'm interested. I just want to take the Dismas's head here. Just get that extra damage. Dirge of the Devoured's nice, but guaranteeing the bleed in this area is pretty important as well. This has probably got to be... there we go, the bleed damage. But I don't want the lower blight resist. Never mind, I'll go with the bloody die. And then the backline, Hayden plus. Did you think you were getting anything but? I mean, you do have Weald Explorer, so I'm going to be scouting left, right, and center here, hopefully. Good setup. Good setup. Good setup. Good setup. Cool. Alright, and then the final thing that we need to do is lock people away to treat things and such. So, Ammon, you can remove the spasm, I guess. Doesn't really matter, but sure. Natural Swing and Fear of Eldritch. Yep, lock one in, lock one out right there. Thank you. Kulai, nothing doing. Motorman, nothing doing. Look, nothing doing. Well, actually, you do have Eagle Eye and Thin Blooded. I could do that. Sure. Not that that'll ever be relevant, but yeah, may as well do it. Alright, Onsre. Nothing I really care about. Tiger Army, nothing I really care about. 1L. Tekunai? Gosh. It's becoming more and more difficult to treat people. We just have no one with anything that matters. Guess we want to remove Flawed Release, sure, because you do occasionally throw the Caltrops and you occasionally use Come Hither. Extremely occasionally on each, but yeah, occasionally is enough. Carry around a little less food than that. It's not all necessary. Take 3 shovels here. Only 2 skeleton keys. 2 holy water. 2 bandages. And then nothing else really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing else really matters to me. Alright. Food, shovels, keys, torches. All's good. Do we have the dirt to the devoured? We don't. So that means that I don't need the laudanum. Alright. We're also, I believe, still a low level of infestation, which means that one party member, I'm not even risking the fanatic showing up.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Ooh. Alright, that's 2 early obstacles right there. It's gonna be rough. That's really unfortunate. I hate that a character that's stacking accuracy is incapable of making that hit. Oh, but nice stun Hayden Plus with no accuracy trinkets.
A devastating blow.
Oh, you're wasting right now. Damn, Copy.
Quickly the tide turns.
I did not recognize that. All right, we need to deal with that.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Let's go with that battle buff. I didn't think anyone got to wasting while they were just hanging out in the hamlet, but apparently they do. 50-50 for a stun. May as well roll it. Nice.
The light, the promise of safety.
Prevention of a tree branch smackdown is still pretty good. Get Carpy back into position. Tree branch smackdown. Yep, rolls on Laws. Laws doesn't care at all. Laws a boss. So I'll be looking to battle buff next round.
The wounds of war can
Primary
be
reasoning for that being that that battle buff should carry into the next combat for me there. Okay. Laws resists, but has the ability to use Exsanguinate now. That's a pretty big heal. Oh, not yet. No. Exsanguinate is for later.
a decisive
Good crit, Hayden Plus.
pummeling.
Woo! Crit on the self-heal as well. Well done, you.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Nice. Actually picking up some heirlooms that I care about. Cool. So Vol, as you can still see, got the battle buffs left on us. Okay, stun one Harrying Nasher right there. Not bad. Split my damage between the middle two. Okay.
Their
One
formation is
down.
broken. Maintain the offensive. Confidence surges as the enemy
Laws just
crumbles.
insta-kills the target right there, as well as gets the giant heal and a stress heal. Alright, no rabies for us.
press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Damn, Hayden Plus don't miss. Great work, Patricia, there clearing up. This is some pretty good dungeons so far, to be real. I mean, we've got no more combat until we're at the very least at the bottom of the map. We've got no rests, obviously. Problem is, we have, what, 3 shovels? Thankfully, I did actually a little over-prepare in terms of shovels because I was considering the possibility of using these shovels for...
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
Looting graves?
With misintent.
I'm very much trying not to interrupt Wayne, but Wayne is not returning that favor.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Yeah, I could have taken that money. Oh well. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. I mean, 90% of rooms means I do have the ability to just straight up ignore this path, but the problem with ignoring paths at this point is I'm looking for the thing from the stars. To ignore a path is to ignore a possibility of encountering the thing from the stars. Don't thirst. Don't hit. Don't crit heal yourself. Okay, didn't crit heal itself at least. So we got that one thing going for us. Impale would be a good choice this round. Okay. There's a lot of blight right there.
Masterfully executed.
Great. Impale has set up 1 death, 2 death, red death, blue death. Oh, you crit on the self-heal, did you? Because I didn't say not to that time, I guess. As soon as that Sycophant takes an action, we will win.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
So the idea here should be to heal Copy as much as we possibly can. Damn it. I mean, that was as much as we possibly could, so fair enough, I guess. Okay. Let's just open that up, try and find a shovel, find no such thing.
Are often low on supplies.
No, don't care. Bunch of money, couldn't care less. Okay, no more battle for a while as well. Good to see it, good to see it. We're getting a lot of hunger occurrences for a dungeon. Just saying. It's a bit much right now. Here's where we at least get to use our first bandage. Yes, I just downgraded that stack, but should we find another sapphire, I upgraded it. And I'm willing to take that risk because, that's right, sing it with me, it does not matter. There goes our final shovel. At the very least, we open up an inventory space here. But I already had like 2 journal entries. Can we not have a hunger like every hallway, please? It's gonna be a problem.
In Radiance,
very
we
quickly.
find victory.
That contains loot of the... Oh, there's a shovel that I don't need. Journal page, though. Come on, kill the Herring. Nasher in time. Good stun there. Stress heal across the party as well. Nothing that could be done by by the Flagellant there was going to be a particularly great action, so I instead just set up for a different action on a different character. Bump in the night. With just a wee bit of damage there. Definitely going to go for the stress heal. And party heal is a direct follow-up. It's enough damage to kill that one, right? No, it's not, but it'll never get another action, at least. There you go. All right. And now we can use this time to get a little bit more stress healing and healing out. More than happy to.
Inspiration and improvement.
All went well
This
there.
expedition at least promises success.
Okay. The question now is whether or not I even continue after this room. Like, I don't need to, but one more battle for some more loot. I can see myself wanting to get that. Aha! We've finally beaten the hunger, said the Adventure Zone lads. Alright. Come on, and definitely got to focus fire the fungal bombards here. 25% chance to fail that stun, manages not to. Yeah, that much could basically be expected there. Patricia does, however, confine that backliner to irrelevance past this point. Excuse me. Sip of water here. Took a little longer than I would have liked, but yeah, all the fungal bombards are now dead.
The ground quakes.
Fungal claws now dead as well.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
There's nothing slow or gentle about the way that we're taking these lives right now. Oh, we are collecting.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Look who remembered to turn out the lights. Oh, such an environmentalist.
A singular strike.
Don't need it. Take that. Move this in low light. Pop out some not needed. That's okay though.
Every cleared path and charted route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
Broadly speaking, not really any of that was needed. Ruminator obviously needs to be removed. Natural Swing I would like to lock in, but I believe Hayden Plus already has 3 things locked in. Lazy Eye on Laws is actually something I need to remove. Rain of Sorrows is particularly important as a skill. Quick Reflexes gets replaced by Stress Faster, doesn't really matter. And Grey Rot on Hayden Plus, which I swear I just cured.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, frowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
So the Fanatic is now hunting, which means that we are at Infestation Medium, as I just immediately checked after having seen that message, which is nice. It does, however, mean that I have to limit the amount of Crimson Curse members that I bring on each party. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been, we need those invitations so I can just kill the Countess. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.